about, but the feelings when you have that huge decision to leave dance or leave the art world. There's a lot that goes into leaving the art world and leaving dance, and it's not as easy as just walking away. It's like being in a super committed relationship. There's a lot into it, and there's so much time and dedication. And so today I'm going to talk about how to deal with those emotions and really that it's okay to feel that way. Now, anybody that watches The Office may remember the scene where Michael Scott is negotiating with Stanley to stay at Dunder Mifflin. And Michael keeps asking, well, what can I do to get you to stay? What can I do? And every time he asks Stanley something, Stanley says money. And truthfully, if that is your reason for leaving dance or the art world, it is okay. There's nothing wrong with wanting stability. There's nothing wrong with wanting to not work 1,000 jobs to pursue your passion. I completely understand that. But there are going to be a lot of times when people will say that, you gave up on your art, you sold out for money, and that's not necessarily true. I didn't sell out for money, I sold out for stability. And it's not even selling out. If people do want to come at you like that, perfectly okay. But also remind yourself that there's nothing wrong with wanting a stable lifestyle or a stable income. Another misconception people face is that every dancer has the confidence of, every superstar around. And in dance, there's a lot of competition. And there's a lot of moments where you're severely doubting yourself and your abilities and what you look like. And sometimes that gets to be a little bit too much. I know for me, I felt so much healthier with myself, with my body, with my mind. Honestly, after I stopped putting so much pressure on myself with dance, when I took a step back and started dancing just for fun and not for work and running from one place to the other, I truly felt kind of a sigh of relief, and I could finally kind of come back into myself and rejoin dance when I felt like it, not when I felt like I was pressured to start this lifestyle. Another major reason is injury. Injuries can happen at any moment of the day. I still have very, very long-lasting injuries in my back and my knees from dance. Of course, I enjoyed every moment of dance, but sometimes an injury can take you out of dance, and it's kind of hard to describe to people that these injuries can be career-ending. Well, it's your knee. Can't you do some physical therapy? Not always. The amount of pain that you sustain each and every day can really, really add up. In one of my articles, I interview a good friend of mine, Emmy, and she recently just retired from her dance studio and her dance gig due to a really, really bad hip injury that she might have to get a hip replacement for. So there's a lot that goes into that as well. And just make sure that when you're talking about any reason that you're leaving, that it's the right reason for you, and you don't have to feel like you have to convince anybody else of your decision. This is a decision for yourself. Lastly, sometimes a flame just burns out. Sometimes the fire starts to dim, and that's okay as well. If you're not feeling as, into dance or as passionate about it as you did when you were first starting, that's completely okay. Just because people say you want to wake up and make sure you love what you do every day, it can change. It can absolutely change. And if there's something else that's kind of getting your attention, or maybe something else that you want to do, I encourage you to do it, and I encourage yourself to tell you that it is okay to change. Maybe you do it and you find out you don't like it, and so you go back to dance. I don't believe that dance is over once you quit. As long as you stay up with your technique and maybe find a new avenue that you like. I love hip hop. I grew up doing ballet. But you can always come back to it. Dance is so big, and there's so much to do within the world. Just make sure if you do find that next passion, do not beat yourself up about it. Just feel good in what you're doing and go for it. Go for whatever is kind of calling you and leading you to the next thing that you feel super passionate about.